Good. So it is, I'm calling this fund managers commission distribution model an example because I'm using one particular fund as an example, even though, if you look at the new funds that we are involved in with, which is Yuri, Nicolay, GMC, AMG, and Tokyo, they all have similar models. We are not looking at the old funds like GM, GM2, DS. They have a totally different commission structure. So we are not focusing on that because I'm presuming pretty much everybody here is now investing in these new 5 funds. So there might be a slight variation, in the percentage on the way they calculate on the three different categories of commission. But I'm just using Yuri as an example. So when you compare that with the other funds, their marketing plan, then you know exactly what is the difference, where the percentage difference is. So, but the key thing is to understand how they calculate, how they distribute, and so that you understand, it makes it easy for you to, understand, to be able to work out your own commission when you get it from, like on Monday or the weekend that Yuri is distributing. So this will be a good example. Actually, I'm using Yuri as an example, so that'll be a good example for you guys to use. So just a disclaimer, I think now we have to put, even for all the QIB trainings, everything we have to put a disclaimer, even if you're an investor, just to let you know that, everything we provide, it is not a financial advice. It is just based on our information that we have put together. And again, we urge you not to please make any recordings or screenshots because we need to respect the restrictions placed by TFXI for social media posting and so on. So as I said, I'm going to use Yuri, Rothenberg, and Yuri PAM IB plan here for the example. So this is the first screen. You can see the numbers I'm using are based on the average of the 26 cycles they have done. So what we've done is we have added all the 26 cycle from to the last cycle. And then we've taken an average of what the performance. So if you look at a 60% here, the average was 13% was the average return over the 26 cycle. And so the average, when you divide it by 60%, it was 7.8% net. So when you divide the commission, which was what was it? 3.9 million. And you can see that the average, so the return 60% that was distributed to the investors was 2.34 million. And 30% of the commission was 1.17 million. And then the trader, they took 10%, which was $390,000. So when you add up these 7.86% and 12%, it comes to 13%. And by the way, I put this information here. The principal is $30 million. So all the calculation, the commission is based on the $30 million on the main fund. It does not include the profits from PAM. Okay, so I'm just using the principal, the profits that's distributed from the main fund. So, but because when you go into the Yuri fund, you click on growth, you'll see those information are based on that fund, $30 million. It doesn't include the PAM. Just for your information. So whatever comes from PAM is extra that is added to your commission, but it's the same model, same calculation. So that's what. So if you look at it, average 26 cycle, it could be probably not 33.9. It could probably be $5 or $6 million. So, but anyway, just to give, this is an example. We're only using the information that we have from the main fund because we do not have access to how much they produce from the PAM, because PAM is copy trade, so we don't get that information, only privy to the fund managers, and when they do the calculation, that's what they get it. So I just want to make sure you understand that. So our focus today is going to be on this 30%. How are they distributing this 30% to you, if you qualify as a QIB, and that's what we're going to look at. So that 30% is then, divided into 3 different commission calculations. So the main one, so first part of the commission, they split into 50, 45, and 5. What I'm saying, so 50% is what they call the personal performance bonus, and I will go through each of them. Which if you divide it by 50% of 1.17 is about $585,000. which is given out in the first 50%. And then there is what you call a leadership bonus, which is 45%, which is about $1.17 million. And then finally, there is what they call an international pool bonus, which is 5%, which is again, if you divide it by 1.17, it comes to about 58K. So that's what it is. So that's basically the commission is split into 3 different categories. And so initially, everybody, the moment you qualify as a QIB, everybody gets something from here, the first 50%. And then depending on where you are, once you become a business manager, that means you got, at least like in Yuri's case, $60,000 is what you need at your top level 1 to be qualified as a business manager. Then you started getting into this pool. So as long as you don't hit the business manager category, you'll only share the commission from this pool. Once you have become a BM, you will have access to this pool. And then once you have more than 5 BMs under you, you will have access to this pool as well. So it is actually like a waterfall model. Okay. If you've got any questions, just keep it to later, please. We'll just address that in the Q&A session. So this is an example of the 50% pool. So if you look at the 50%, I said it was $585,000. So if you are only in the first category, that means if you got your QIB status with 5 investors with $5,000. So your commission calculation will be, you'll get about $19.50 based on this performance of 7.8% that was returned to the investors. So that how you approach is that is a 5,000 multiplied by 7.8, which was the net given to the investors, times your 5%. So the first category, you get 5%. The calculated commission is worked on 5% of this level. I hope you guys understand this. So there's not confusing. If it is confusing, just I think if there is somebody that needs, I'm happy to stop and then explain if that's necessary. I think it's better to answer the question as we go along rather than leave it to the last. And the same thing, if you need the next category where you have $15,000 at level 1 under your personal, then you qualify for 20% of the 50% pool. And then your commission will be based 10% on the 15,000. So that is 15,000 multiplied by 7.8 times 10%, which is the commission rate that you get. And so that then your ranking here is Business Associate 2. And the third one is if you go progress, you get into 30,000, you share 30% of the 50% pool, right? And you get 15% commission. So basically, again, the calculation is $30,000 multiplied by 7.8 times 15%. So you'll get $351. Okay. Now, here is where you got to pay some attention. The moment you hit 45,000 and above, you are eligible for 40% of the pool share of the 50% pool, but you must have $3,000 as self-investment. If you only have $1,000 here and not $3,000, you will only get 15%, not 20%. And I'll show you some examples as we go along. So take note, the moment you hit for example, in Yuri, but also in any other funds as well, they'll tell you at what point you need to have a minimum of $3,000 to qualify for the full share of that pool of commission that's available to you. So here, if you hit 40%, and then if you have $3,000 invested, you will now qualify for 20%, which is 45,000 times 7.8 times 20% is $702. And finally, if you come into you become a business manager, you get to share 100% of the 50% pool, and the commission rate is 25%. So 25%, so $60,000 times 7.8 times 25%, you will get $1,170 commission per cycle. This is per cycle. Okay. So the commission, the formula is the same. The only variation here is the rate at which the rate is always based on the net percentage that's paid out to the investors. So here is 7.8. So let's say tomorrow, Yuri sends our profits to, I think they're expecting about 7.1, 7.2%. So you will calculate all these formula based on that 7.1% as the, as for these calculation purposes. Hope everybody's clear with that. Is there any questions here? Otherwise, I'm happy to stop for a couple of minutes and answer questions.
Pops Mathew, this is the first level, right? Or
this is the first level. That's what I'm saying. You're only talking about the first 50% level.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So again, I'm assuming everybody understands this.
Yeah, Mathew, I had a question. So when you say 10% or 50%, can you please explain that again? I understand the 5, 10, 20, and 25.
Yeah.
How we come to the commission part. But when you say the pool, like 40% or 50% or 50% or 50%, can you please explain that again?
This one?
Yeah.
You mean the 50, 40, 30, 25, 10?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means what he's saying is that when you get $5,000 under you, you get to share 10%. You get you can only get up to 10% of that pool, right? So you can't get the full 50%. You're not eligible for the full 50% of the pool. You only get 1/5 of the pool. That's the way the calculation works. But the percentage they apply is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 for calculation purposes. That makes sense, Joseph?
Yeah. So does that mean I will get another 10% of the 50% plus $19.50?
No.
What do you mean? No. No, you see this one. No, you it's incremental. Once why you want to settle for this when you're getting this? Because this will cover whatever you're likely to earn here anyway.
Can I add, Pops Mathew?
Yeah.
If I can add it to Joseph, it's basically our AUM under level 1. So how much money you have got under level 1. So if you've got 60,000 as max, then you have access to 25% of because it's 50% of the pool, right? So that's 25% because it's half.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Right.
Understood. Yeah.
If you have 45%, it's 50% of the pool. It's half of that 40% is 20%.
Yeah. So what is it? They work out the 20% based on the 40% of the pool, not 50% of the pool. Yeah.
This is quite an easy one, but when we get to AMG, GMC, and Nicolay, it's like 45%. So you just have to divide by that amount.
Right. I think AMG is about 45%, not 50%.
So we'd have to divide 45 by whatever the percentage they show us. Correct. By the pool percentage.
That's right.
Yeah, but that just basically look at the bottom numbers, the ones in red.
Just focus on these numbers, okay? That's all you need to worry about. The one in the red, and that's all you need to worry about, okay?
All right, thank you. Yeah.
I mean, that's a formula they're fixed, so we can't ask why, because that's the way it works.
Can I ask one question? Yep. Oh, you mentioned the investment level is 5,000, 15,000, 30,000, whatever that the rank, and initially we just need to make the 5 leg. That means if a member must invest like 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, or the altogether is 30,000, then we'll jump to the other level.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Is that Bino?
Yeah, so each time you get, from what I understand, so if you're asking, each time as you increase in your amount under you jump to the next level. You qualify to the next level.
So it's based on your level 1. This amount is based on your level 1, not on your entire anything on level 2, level 3. It must be on your level 1.
I mean, every member under me, for example, the 5 people we are talking the file, everyone must invest the 15,000 each, or that's the altogether one.
The 15,000 is the amount under your level 1. So in other words, if you have 10 people under your level 1 and you have 5 people under your level 2, that means out of those 10 people, they introduced other people. This is only talking about what's in your level 1.
Okay.
Immediately under you, the people directly under you, not the one below you, below the others.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the level, what we call level 1. That means those you have brought in and registered directly under you. That's where this amount is calculated upon. if they in turn bring somebody else under them, you don't qualify for this pool. Okay, then we go into, I'll talk about that. I'll explain that in the next few slides.
Yeah, 5,000 or 15,000 is not from the one member, but it is within the five member. Yeah. Okay.
Combined, minimum you need 5 people, and it can be any amount from, minimum it can be 5,000, but in order to get the maximum benefit, you must have a minimum of 60,000.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
But it can be more. It doesn't. There's no limit on the upper limit, but it's just a minimum is 60 to qualify as a business manager. Is that clear?
I think you're going to do some examples, so I think that may hopefully make it clearer as we go.
Okay. No, I'll give I think the next slide will explain that.
Just before you move the next slide, Matthew, just want to confirm, it's the bonus is only calculated based on the level 1, yeah? The commission is calculated only on level 1.
No. This level 1 is based on the amount you have under level 1. Determines
that's qualification.
That qualifies you which level, which category you belong.
Okay, but the commission is not counted based on level 1 only.
No. Then based on if you got people.
Okay.
That's why I'm coming to the other next level of. Okay. I will explain the others. Okay.
Okay.
But you need to understand this level is only to determine the ranking that you will come into.
Percentage. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This determines which percentage of commission you're eligible for. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So this commission here paid out is for you at level 1. This is what you get. Next, we're going to look at level 2, level 3. What else you can get in terms of commission? So this is your first level of commission that you're entitled to.
No, Yvonne, it's not. It doesn't include our own investment. Yeah. Yeah.
No, your own investment goes to the one above you. They don't factor that in. Okay. All clear? I feel like I'm talking like in a hospital emergency unit.
Clear enough to move on to the next stage.
Move on.
Next.
Okay. So everybody is resuscitated now. That's good. Okay. Right. So now let's look at scenario 1. So scenario 1 is we saying you qualify, you have an investment of $1,000 self-invest. And you have, let me just, what's the top number? I can't see the number. It's blocked by my Zoom. Is that the
15,000? 15,000.
15,000.
Okay. Yeah, I got that number here anyway. Just remind me. Okay. So you have $15,000 at level 1. You have invested $1,000. So now your net commission is 10%. As you can see, I've circled that on that chart at the left-hand side, left top hand corner. Okay. So 15,000 and you qualify for 10%, and your minimum investment is $1,000. So you qualify for 10%. You get 10%, which is what we showed you. At level 1, you would have got a 10%, which is what you would have got at that level. And then under you, let's say they have you got 5, and let's say in total 15,000 is made up of 2,000, 1,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. So your client A, who has got 2,000, because they do not qualify as an QIB, they don't have anybody under them. So automatically you get 10% of their money as well. It's in addition. Okay. Does that make sense? Hang on a minute. No, that's not true.
No, they don't. You get 10% on this level. It's the next one where we will get
next one. Yeah. So this is what I've just done for you guys. Sorry.
This is the breakdown of the 15,000. Correct.
Yeah. So this is so in this case the 15,000. How you arrive at the $15,000 here. I'm glad we're not giving you guys the tips at the moment, so you can see I'm still threading through this myself. Okay. So scenario 1 is quite straightforward. It basically shows you, how you got your 10% based on your direct clients, and you got nobody else under you. So it's very straightforward. You get 10% of this guy, 10% of each of them. So you get, calculated. You got $15, $23, $7.80, $31.20, $39. So in total, you would have received $117 is what you would have earned without having anybody else under you except the 5 direct investors under you. Now let's look at second level. Now this is where Again, you have 15%. Your pool is 15% at level 1.
15,000, sorry, you mean,
15,
right?
sorry, 15,000 at level 1. And yourself is invest is 1,000, which is what, so you can see in the previous slide, we showed you, because at level 1, you would have earned $117,000. Okay. Now we have a different situation where your client A, who's got $2,000, and under them, they have client total income of total about 15,000 as well. Under investor A1, they have, sorry, he has got 5 clients, and they have qualified as an AUM, right? Five as 15,000. So they also get 10%. So at level for him, at his level, he's got 5 clients under him and is qualified as QIB. And because he's also 15%, he gets 10%. So he's got 10%. So you get 0. So at level 2 of A1, you get 0 because he is already a QIB and he is also in the same level as you are in terms of commission rate, commission ranking. Now, if you look at next client, which is your B, they still have $1,000. And under them, there is another client who has got $3,000. But this B does not qualify as a QIB. So automatically, you will get 10% of these $3,000. So because they're not QIB, so you will get 10% of the $3,000. So you will earn another $23,040. Okay. Now here, client C, they have $30,000 under them in terms of clients, and they qualified as a QIB. So under $30,000, they get 15% commission. So you can see they're jumping to the next level, which is one level above you now in terms of ranking. So because they qualify for 15% of the commissions, C qualifies for 15% of the commission for under him, again, his percentage is higher than yours, you will get 0. And here in scenario 4, again, this client is qualified as a QIB, but he's only got $5,000, 1,000 each, and he gets only 5% of at the first entry level. So he gets 5%. So you will get the difference of 5% because your ranking is 10%. So you get 5% of that $5,000, which is another $19.50. Now, client E is now become a manager. He's become a business manager. That means even though they have $5,000 directly under you, but they have clients under them totaling $60,000. So now they're eligible for the 25% commission. So again, because their commission is higher than yours, you will get nothing. So in total, what you'll get your 117 at level 1 from these $15,000 plus this additional, plus this additional, what am I doing now? This is
one more slide down. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So plus you'll add these two, you got 23 plus 1950. So level 2, your commission was $42. So total your commission for, in this case, will be $159 or $160 roughly. Is that clear? Anybody got any questions here?
So Mathew, I have a question here.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Now my question is this: why is the win-win here? Because for the fact that the QIB under you has a higher rate, does that mean as long as your QIB is higher than your QIB under you rate is higher than yours, you get nothing? But if your rate is higher, you get something over them. That's
correct. That's correct. You only get in this case, let's give this as an example, number 5, right? Yes. You will get your 10% on the $5,000, which is what we've explained before. That's part of your 117. But okay, you will not get anything here. Why? Simply because their ranking is higher. They're now eligible for 25%. and you are only 10%, so you don't qualify. But whereas in this case here, level 4, client, your client D, they also are qualified as a QIB, but they only got $5,000. So 5,000 will only give them 5%. So the difference between 10 and 5, so you will earn the other 5%.
Okay, so let's now say you are a business manager.
Yeah.
Does that mean you are going to get a higher
Patience,
commission on
patience, my friend, patience. I'm coming to that. Patience.
Okay.
Patience.
I think the observation, if I may jump in, is that when we looked at this, is the way they've done this is like if someone under you is actually working hard to get their get their AUM higher than you, they've got more people signed up, they're working harder, and they get rewarded for that as well.
Absolutely, it's a very fair system.
Yeah. At the same time, if you and the person above you are working hard, then you both get rewarded, because as you make others EMs or managers, we call them manager in this case here, as you have more managers, as perhaps Mathew will come to, you'll get some overriding, you get some other commissions that come up on the second stage.
That's the second level. Yeah, the second level will kick in where you will still be compensated very well.
Correct. It comes a very fair system. If you're both working hard, if one of you are working hard or the other is working hard, it gives equal opportunity there.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as there's a win-win.
It is a win-win as long as it's based on your performance, not based on expectation.
I was suggesting that we listen for Mathew to take us through all the levels, and then you will get the picture.
All right.
That will help. Yeah.
Okay, I'll move on to the next slide. So in this case, again, you have $30,000 as your capital under level 1, $45,000, right? You have $45,000. $45,000. You have. I can't see the picture there. So you have $45,000, correct? But because you only have $1,000 self-invest, right? Instead of qualifying for 20%, you will only qualify for 15%. Okay. So what will happen in this case? You will get $525 based on this formula. Okay, on your level 1. Okay, so you'll now get $526 plus. Now, if you look at the level 2. Level 2, you got A1. Now they still have 15,000 qualified as an QIB, but they are getting 10%. So you are 15% now. So you get the balance 5% for you. So that means 15,000 times 5, 7.8 times 5, you'll get an extra $58 from his clients because your percentage is higher than his. And the same thing applies to B1. In case B, they're still not a QIB. He's only got somebody under him for $3,000, and because he doesn't qualify as a QIB, so all of his $3,000, you get the 15% for it, which is $35.10. And in this case, now this client C, they have $30,000 under them, and they are QIB, but they have they have also 10,000, so automatically they qualify for their 15%. So you get nothing. 15, end of the day is 0. And whereas here, client D, they have 18,000 and only 5 clients and 10%. So you'll get the difference of 10% here because they're only eligible for 5%. So the 10% will give you an extra $39. And because you're still not a business manager, whereas your E is already a business manager, you will get nothing here. So now, if you look in this scenario, your income, level 2, you get 132 plus your level 1, you will get $659 as your commission. Okay. Now
Mathew, when you look at the chart without the explanation, it's a bit dicey or confusion because you said the first revenue, AUM, the AUM normally will depict your asset under management, your whole organization. But this time we're talking about the your direct.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I should change these from AUM to call it L1 direct. Yeah. Maybe call it L1 direct in future. Okay. So that will probably avoid the confusion.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yes,
take a note.
good.
I'll take note of that. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Right, let's look at scenario 4. Now you have $45,000 and you have increased your self-invest to $3,000. Now you have now moved up from 15% to 20%. So now your direct income is $702. And now if you look at, because your direct is still 6, 6, 10, 18, 15, so it's 45. And your A1, the clients under A1 is still 15,000. And he is eligible for 10%. So you got 20%. So you will get the difference of 10%. So that 10% will give you an extra income of $117. Here, because client B is still not done anything, he only got one client with $3,000, he gets 0. And then all of the 20% of the $3,000 comes to you, which is $46. And C, again, they have $30,000 and they still only qualify for 15%. So you get 5% extra because you're on 20%, they're on 15. So 5% of the $30,000, you get $117 extra from client C. And D, again, you get, because they still only have 10%, 5%, so you get 15% of the $5,058. You get nothing from him because this person is a business manager and you're not yet a business manager. So now your total income, level 2, you get $339 plus your level 1, 702. So you get $1,041. I think this should, now you're beginning to understand the flow, I hope. Okay. Now let's look at before I go to the next level now, now when you qualify as a QIB, as a business manager, right now you have $60,000 and now you are a business manager and you got another business manager under you. Now you have access to the second level of the pool. And so I'll just go back to here. So the second level of pool, this is where once you have at least one BM under you, you are a BM, you are a business manager, and you got one more business manager under you, there's 2 of you in case, you will now have access to the second level of the bonus commission pool where you will start earning, sharing the 45%, or the first top half was 50%, now the second half is 45%, and the 45% pool is $526,000. So at first level 1, you get 7.5%. So they share 15% of the 45% pool here, 10%, 5%, and so on. But the commission you get is 7.5, 5%, 2.5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0.5, and 0.5. So this is, now we're going to see. So now you, in your case, you are qualified as a business manager and you got one more business manager under you. So the situation changes dramatically. Now you will see that you have 60,000 because you're earning 25% maximum. You're already getting 1,170 from your direct clients. Your direct clients, you're already earning 1,170. Now, if you look at client A, they still have their QIB, but they got only 15,000, so they qualify for 10%. So the difference is 15%. So you get the 15% difference, which is the $15,000 times 7.8 times 15. You will get extra $175 from this client. And from this client, because he's still having it's not a QIB, you get the full 25% of the $3,058. Here, this client, they're QIB, but they're 15% commission rate. So you get the difference of 10%, which is $234. And then here you again, the QIB, they only got 5,000. They qualify for 5%, you get 20%. So it's another $78. Now, because this client is a BM, you are a BM, he's a BM, is 25 plus 25 is 0. You still get nothing, but now you qualify for the level 1 of the next level of leadership bonus. Okay, and the level 1 is 7.5%. So what happens is you now get 7.5% of the $60,000 that's directly under that client. So it's 60,000 times 7.8 times 7.5. Now you earn $351 off a client under you who is a business manager. This is where now you begin to see that if you're at equal level and if you got business managers below you, you will still get well, good compensation. So now your income, your personal level is 1,170, and combined at level 2, you get $897. So your total commission for this cycle would have been $2,067. Okay. So again, once you hit the BM, your situation changes dramatically, and that's why it's important to encourage others to BM, because then you begin to share in the leadership bonus pool. Otherwise, you only will be still sharing the first level, the 50%. So I hope this is clear. No questions here, I hope. All good? Okay.
Yep, it's clear.
Next level. This gets a little bit more complicated. So in this scenario, again, you have qualified as a BM, you got $60,000 and your maximum 25. So you still get your original 1170. And then in this case, everyone now becomes a BM. All your investors under you, they have become BM. So you got 5 BMs under you now. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, because they are BM, they're all getting 25%, 25%, 25%. So you get, you won't qualify for any override commission there. But now they're all on level 1. So now they become the level 1. They still all qualify at level 1. So they're your first level. When we say level 1, sorry, go back to that one. When we say level 1, they are the first level of BMs for you. Okay. It can be 10 levels. I'll give you some examples in a minute. So in this case, you got 5 BMs. Each of them, you'll get 7.5%. So 60,000, you get 351, 351, 351, 351, 351. So total pool you have is $1,775 from level 2 plus your own personal commission. So you will end up with almost $3,000. Okay. So that
in other words, just for clarity, you're saying that a BM under you a level 1 BM can reside in any level under you, as long as there's no other BM between them and you.
Yes, I've got another example coming to show you that. All right. So the next level, this is where I'm going to spend a bit more time. Okay. So this is an example where you are a BM and your level, you got 1 BM at level 1. Level 1, the yellow ones are all level 1 BMs. Okay. Let me put it this way. So this is a level 1 BM. This is a level 1 BM. And as you can see here, they don't qualify for, they don't have any other IBs in between, right? They don't qualify for QIB. 2 levels down, that person has qualified as a BM. So that's your level 1 in this hierarchy. Okay. And in this case, you have 2 BMs immediately at the same level. So they both qualify as L1, right? So you can see now, so that is level 1. Now this one, in this case here, here they got 1 level BM, but next 3 levels of the hierarchy under that B, they don't qualify for QIBs. But then on the 4th level, there is a BM. Now that becomes level 2 because this is level 1. So this becomes level 2. Okay. So when you say BM level 1, as I say 1, you get the first level 7.5%. Now you got 2 levels, level 1, level 2. So you got more than 2 BMs here, 2 levels. So you can now drop down to up to 3 levels. You qualify up to 3 levels of commission. So you'll get 7.5%, 5%, and 3.5%. So these 2.5%. So 1 BM, you qualify for level 1 eligibility. This one BM, once you are a 1, in this case, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 BMs, level 1. And then you got 1 more level 2. So you got, so that level 2, so that becomes qualifies for level 2 because he's already qualified as a BM. And once you got 3, let me put a picture here. Okay, let me just show this easy. So this explains now. It's a bit, I know this is a bit confusing, but it's important to understand this. So if you have 1 BM, you only get up to you qualify for 3 levels of commission on your next, on the 45% pool. Once you got 4 BMs, right, you will now qualify for up to level 6 and level 7, sorry. And then if you have 5 BMs, that's the maximum you need. Once you qualify for 5 BMs, you have access to all up to the level 10 of commission. And URI only pays up to level 10 levels. Okay. Now that 10 level doesn't mean it stops at, strictly following your hierarchy, overall hierarchy. What I'm saying is here, this is level 1, right? And let's say you have, this is level 2. So you can get still here, this guy, you still get from here all the way down, you will get commission as well. The override based on these percentages here. Okay. So again, but as I said, it, once you hit 2 BMs, you get level up to level 3, 2.5%. Once you got 3 BMs, you get commission up to level 5. 4 BMs, you get commission up to level 7. And once you get 5 BMs, you can get up to level 10. Level 10 of each hierarchy. I'm not talking about across all, each hierarchy. So if this one, you'll also get up to 10 levels. Here too, you will get up to 10 levels if they qualify. So every person directly under you, if they is considered higher, if they have clients under them, that's one hierarchy. So if you got 10 clients under you directly at level, direct clients, and let's say each of them have got BMs, and then they have BMs as well further down. So let's say we duplicate these to all this level, then at every level you will get up to 10 levels of override commission for leadership bonus pool. Does that make sense? Or is it confusing?
Yep, makes sense.
Okay.
So just a question to clarify, in the yellows, it's giving us on this example 6 BMs in level 1.
You get 7.5% on that.
So you get 7.5% there. So when you say 5 BMs, you're talking about
no, in 5 BMs, you can be depends on which category, which level you go. So in this case, this person has got 5 BMs. He's got more than 5 BMs, right? He's got 1, 2,
10
3
BMs, right?
Yeah. So he gets maximum. In this case, you got 1 BM here, 1 BM here. Let's say if this person has another BM under him, right? So that then you'll have 3 BMs here. So that will give you up to level 5 commission here. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that, but I'm just trying to figure out what that, on the leadership bonus chart, where it says up to 5 BM.
Yeah.
How that sits in terms of the levels.
So let's say, okay, it's very straightforward. Let me explain. In this case, let's say once you qualify for, let's say this is your client A under you, right? Let's say you have client A here under you, and he's only 1 BM above you, under you. You only get one level from him, because, and anybody else there, he gets the money, you don't get it, because directly under him, all the clients are his. He qualifies as a BM. Okay. Now, here, because in this level, let's say this was your client A, this is client B. Now you have 2 BMs under this client. So you now at this level, this hierarchy, you can go down up to 3 levels. Okay. So it depends on each client whether they've qualified as an IB. If they don't qualify as an IB, then you get an override on everything that they have under them. Like I showed you here as an example here, right? So this is a classic example, not this one. Let's say this one, yeah. So this client, let's say there's only 1 IB here. They all not qualified as IB. So even if they say, if this person, let's say even this person is an IB, but they only stay at 5%, and you keep on, if they continue to have another 10 levels and each of them is not qualified as a business manager, you will get that override, the difference between the 25% and whatever that person qualifies as. You understand?
I think so.
Okay. Whereas here, once this person qualifies as a business manager, so let's say for the next every level next before another BM comes in, if let's say he might have another 5 levels under him, and they don't, each of them don't qualify as business managers, but they might be, some might be QIB, some might not. He will be entitled to all that income from them. Yeah, until you get another BM, then you will get the, you know, the code that you will kick in into the second level.
Yeah, bonus.
Yep. So let me just summarize this in a now that we, you know, one more level. I got one more level. Now, the third level is what we call the international pool bonus. So this is where you got the balance 5%. Now I have, because I was able to look up the last cycle 26. The last cycle 26, they paid out 5% was 274,000, even though I only showed you 58,000 because they have actually managed to give me the information of the 5% pool from the PAM. So we combined PAM plus the 30 million pool in the main fund, it came to $274,000. So what they do is then they split this 5% into, if you got five BMs, then you get 3% of these 5%. So let's say if you got 5 BMs under you, then what happens is it is basically 3% of that times 5. You know, so there are 103 qualifiers. So they divide that amount, the 3%, by the number of qualifiers in the whole fund. So in this case, at last cycle 26, there were 103 QIBs who had minimum of 5 BMs under them. So when you divide that pool, it came to $1,596 each of the 3%. Okay. Now, if you have 10 BMs under you, then you share in the pool of the 2%. So in this case, there were 24 qualifiers. So each of them earned $4,568. Now, if you have 10 BMs, you get both. You qualify for the 5 plus the 10. So you will get about what is
wow,
$6,000, about $6,000.
So Mathew, this one is irrelevant of your AUM, yeah? It's the whole...
It is irrelevant of AUM. It is based on the number of BMs who you have under you.
Yeah, but it's calculated of the whole international pool.
Yes.
The
correct.
whole
entire fund,
5% of it. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Correct. 5% split into 3% goes to for those who have 5 BMs under them, and 2% for those who have 10 BMs under them. Okay. So if you have more than 10 BMs under you, you qualify for both. If you only have 5,
is it directly under you or in your?
No, it's under your hierarchy. It could be anywhere.
Okay.
Under you. Okay.
It's not just level 1 BM, yeah?
No, not level. Any level, all the way down to
BMs.
whichever level you have. Yes.
10 BMs. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a good and quite a good income coming in as well. So if you got 10 BMs under you get about another 6,000 plus commission as well on top of whatever you're getting between on the first pool of 50%, then the 45% pool, and then you share in this one. So if you look at it, if you had, based on the example I gave earlier, if you had 5 BMs under you, you would have earned $2,925 in total, plus this pool bonus here, you would have got $4,521. But if you had 10 BMs, you would have double that amount, is $2,905 plus $295, plus your 5%, your bonus pool from here, BM plus the 10%, you would have got $12,000. Huge difference.
That's in commissions.
Yeah, that cycle, the last cycle, cycle 26. So anybody had more than 10 BMs, I would have earned a minimum of 12,000, because this is only based on $60,000, right? So some level direct level might be more than 60, might be $100,000, $200,000. We don't know, right? So the minimum you will earn is about $12,000 per cycle. So I hope that explains, guys. I know it's a lot to swallow. It took me two weeks to understand this whole thing, as I said, and I won't be surprised if you only understood 50% of it. As I said, It's a complicated structure. Yes, Mac, it's complicated, but once you understand how it works, it's quite straightforward, actually. Now, open for questions, guys. It took me 2 weeks to really understand this.
I think the basic thing, though, from all of this, I mean, I don't know, to me, to keep it simple is, if our motive is to invest and to help others, is get yourself up to the BM or EM or M status, which is the highest level, and then help others do the same.
Exactly.
And then the money just rolls in.
That's why this model is based on that principle that you encourage others to be BMs. So your commission pool overall will be much higher as well.
Yeah.
And I think it also helps that if it's level 1, it just means that you can't just get money off other people's hard work. You've got to get your first level working well as well. So
that's right.
That's just really important.